covering Decision 2020 for a second night as the presidential race is yet to be called. Each candidate is battling to get to the number 270 in the Electoral College. Right now, Biden stands at 253, Trump at 214, according to many sources. 5 battleground states are still counting ballots: Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Nevada. Officials in Nevada say they do not plan to have results until tomorrow morning. In North Carolina, it may be next week. As results continued coming in today, President Trump's campaign filed lawsuits in 3 states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia, and called for a recount in Wisconsin. The suit in Georgia asks a judge to order elections officials to follow the law on storing and counting absentee ballots. This after a Republican observer says a poll worker mixed late arriving ballots in with those that had been received before the lawful 7 o'clock deadline in Chatham County. The GOP state party chair says they intend to file lawsuits in a dozen counties. In a statement, Georgia's Secretary of State said, quote, "Officials in numerous counties are continuing to count ballots with strong security protocols in place to protect the integrity of our election," unquote. He added that counting would take place into the night and perhaps tomorrow morning. A closer look at the ballot count in Georgia is coming up in about 10 minutes. Across the country, demonstrators have turned out saying every vote needs to be counted. They've marched in New York City, Boston, Portland, and even here in Chattanooga. Our Karen Aguilar joins us now live from just outside Coolidge Park with what they had to say. Karen.
Greg, the protest that was held earlier here today was hosted by the Chattanooga Democratic Socialists of America. It's a nationwide group that is dedicated to democratic justice. They told me that they wanted to stand in unison tonight. This comes at the heels of the Trump campaign showing a desire to wanting to halt counting votes. Cheers heard throughout Coolidge Park Wednesday evening. These protesters say their rally is to protect the results of the election. They're part of a group called the Chattanooga Democratic Socialists of America.
We are just joining in solidarity with organizations around the country saying simply, let's let democracy do its job.
By doing its job, he means making sure every vote is counted.
I feel as if we don't count everybody's votes, then it's no longer necessarily a democracy.
Saying her well-being is dependent on the outcome of this election, along with countless others.
Well, actually, I am disabled. I depend on the government to take care of me. And depending on who's in office can affect that greatly.
And that whatever happens, those results are respected.
This group says they will continue to fight for democratic justice, even after the winner is announced.
And I want to try to keep the power in the people's hands, not people higher up.
They also added that they'd like to have impartial investigators to fix any election issues. Reporting live in Coolidge Park, Karen Aguilar, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.